Hey, I'm Ryan Cheek, and this is my 2006 Mustang GT. I'm coming to you from VIR today. I thought this was a great place to talk about my track car. While it is a track car and I do tow it to the track, it's fully registered for the street. I actually have full coverage on it. I have a little more extra coverage on it too. It does not cover it on the track, but if I want to drive it around on the street, I'm good to go. Starting from the inside, I have Sebelt racing seats. My driver's side is an X pad and my passenger side is a GT pad. The GT pad is wider and has different pads available to fit different size bodies. The X pad is a narrower tub and it fits my small body better. Another thing that holds me in the seat are my Schroth Racing 6 points. I really enjoy these belts. They keep me nice and tight in the seat. Behind me you can see my 4-point roll bar. It's welded in. It was custom fabricated by Troy Wilson from Wilson Racing Chassis out of Mooresville, North Carolina. And then I also have my H3 Performance Halogard bottle. I hope I never have to use it, but I'm really glad I have it. I'm going to spin you around. As you can see, I have a full dash. I have all my stuff. I just had a track day yesterday, so I keep it all in the car for the most part. But I have both door cards, full carpet from the front seats forward, full dash, air conditioning, everything you would want in a regular street car. I do have an OE steering wheel, but I have removed the airbag module or the airbag fuse, so this won't go off in the event of an accident. A neat thing that I like, when I got this car, it had the big ball shift knob on it, and it also had this little collar. It's actually like a JDM style fender quick release kind of tab. I don't know what you would call it, but it says Ryan Star Racing on that. So I was actually really excited when I saw that. It just made me feel like this car was for me. Let's get out and check it out from the outside. So this is a salvage titled car. I picked it up last year, and when I got it, it was basically just returned to stock after it got fixed from its wreck. It had a rear impact, and you can see that if you look in the trunk, you can see some body work, dented back there. But for the most part, the car looks really, really clean. But like I said, when I got it, it was basically OE, and I knew I wanted to take it to the track. So some of the first things I did were I installed the Ford Performance Racing suspension, which has adjustable dampeners. It has an adjustable front sway bar and an adjustable panhard bar in the rear. Also upgraded the front brakes to like the 07, 08 GT 500 Brembos. It's a 4-piston Brembo with a 14-inch rotor. I just had a track day yesterday, so it is filthy. And I also just upgraded the brake pads to Carbotech brake pads, and they do dust a lot more, but I can tell you they stop so much better. And I currently am running the Castrol SRF fluid in there. I upgraded the wheels to the early model GT 500. They're 18 by 9.5. And they are pretty heavy. They're about 30 pounds a piece. So I got the wheels because I planned on running the car in spec iron. But now that I'm just mostly doing time trials and hill climbs, I would like a lighter wheel. I have 2 sets of them. These are currently wrapped in my Michelin Sport Cup 2 Connects. They don't have the Connect sensor in them, but overall the tire has been absolutely amazing. These are a 240 tread wear. And I have them in a staggered setup on these wheels. The front's a 265 35 18, and the rear is a 285 30 18. So this is my 4.6 liter 3-valve V8. It came with 300 horsepower from factory, but I have added a JLT Stage 3 cold air intake with a tune for 93. I don't really know how much horsepower it added, but it did make the car a little bit peppier. I have a JLT oil separator here on the driver's side, PCV line. That thing actually has caught quite a bit of oil just in 2 or 3 track days. And that's the only engine modifications I have. I have the Maximum Motorsports caster camber plates, and I have them pushed in as far as I can to get as much camber as I can in the car. And I currently have negative 2.7 degrees, which was a major improvement. I did drive this without any camber, or actually it did have about 1 degree camber when I lowered it. With the new suspension, lowers it about 1 inch, and I did get about 1 degree of negative camber, but the 2.7 has made a really big difference. So stock motor, over 140,000 miles on the motor. It's still very strong, runs really good. It's a 5-speed Tremec transmission, and I have a straight piped high flow exhaust with cats. Like I said, the car is tagged street legal. One of the details I love in my car is, since this is a custom roll bar, I have the Wilson Racing Chassis 2020 little signature there from old Troy Wilson. And you can see from the back that it has been gutted out pretty good. We had to put a piece of sheet metal between the trunk and the cabin, and that helps with noise. And the carpet's still there too, and I could probably definitely take that out, but it helps with the noise. And so I have one complaint about the Mustang, and let me show that to you right now. We had a very big rainstorm yesterday after my track day, and I haven't had a chance to get in here, and the trunk does fill up with water. Quite a bit of water, actually. So, and on both sides. And you can see the rest of my roll cage right here. My adjustable dampeners. You know, in the rear it shocks, in the front it struts. But it looks really good. This is the damage from when it was an accident. This is where you can see that this is a salvage titled car. And, you know, trunk fitment isn't great back here either. Let's talk about what I do with this car. Right now I'm just competing in SCCA time trials mostly, and hill climbs. I really enjoy the hill climbs. But these are the tracks that I've been to. We've got the National Corvette Museum, Chasing the Dragon Hill Climb, Road Atlanta, Virginia International Raceway, and the Pine Mountain Hill Climb. Be sure to check out my website, ryancheekracing.com. Let me tell you about my sponsors. I'm so thankful for the people that support me. I have Church's Speed backing me, Big Shot Sticker Company, which did a lot of my vinyls. And most of these vinyls were done by a very good friend of mine with just a little vinyl cutter, so I'm very thankful for her too. Trinity Farms Hemp Company, that's available to all 50 states online. Check them out. They have the best CBD on the planet. DIYauto.com is the ultimate gearheads encyclopedia. Make sure you get on there, start a build thread, because we all want to check out your ride. Charisma Detailing is based out of Greenville, South Carolina. They take care of my nicer vehicles, not this one so much, but they do amazing work, and I'm really thankful to have them taking care of my nice cars. Big sponsor is Black Mountain Tire out of Black Mountain, North Carolina. They hooked me up with my new set of wheels. I'm running Bridgestone RE71Rs in a square setup, actually. It's going to be a 285/30 square setup. I'm not running it right now because I just did an event for Racing for ALS, and I didn't want to use my new rubber, so I'm using up my old tires. But these guys give me alignments, they do all my inspections. Anytime there's something going on with the wheels or air pressures, they stop what they're doing and they help me out. I love them so much. So that's about it. It's a really mild build. It's a very capable car, and there's tons of aftermarket parts available for it, which makes it a cost-effective vehicle and a very fun vehicle. I highly recommend it. Hopefully I can figure out why the trunk leaks so much. Some things that I would like to upgrade is I would like to get a different set of wheels, something a little bit lighter, and a 18 by 10 wheel. Stay with a square setup, but a little bit wider so I can go with a little bit wider tires and lighter. I need to do some brake cooling. I actually melted my valve stem covers yesterday out here at VIR, so I'm really pushing the car a lot more, and those brakes are getting very, very hot. It was also about 90 to 95 degrees ambient temperature here yesterday, and the car did start to overheat towards the end of the afternoon after a lot of hot laps repeatedly. Um, really need to get that fixed before I head to SCCA Time Trials Nationals at the National Corvette Museum's Motorsports Park here in just a couple weeks. But we'll get that figured out so we can head to some competition and not overheat. So I hope you've enjoyed my build. Looks like this track's starting up again. You're not going to be able to hear me. I love race cars. You should love race cars. Go build a race car. Bye.